Okay, we're back. Fresh and Furious 2014, 5 o'clock game on the Ted Reeves Arena track. This is game number 18, Fox Force 5, following in the Tarantino-themed names out of Orangeville against the Dirty Farmers from Durham Region Roller Derby. Elimination game. If you win, you go on. If you lose, you go home. Or more likely, you go into the stands and start drinking beer while watching the rest of the Derby all day long.
You heckle the team that won against you in their next game.
Or you cheer for them because they beat you, and if the team that beat you wins, then you win too.
And you go in the parking lot and you stuff your face with donuts from the coffee truck.
Yes.
And you call your mom and you tell her how it was so unfair that you lost that game. It was not right.
So anyways, Fox Force 5 will be, I hope this is Fox Force 5.
It is Fox Force 5.
It is. There they are. Okay,
from
good.
Orangeville, Ontario.
That's right.
Meanwhile, Durham Region, Ajaxy-ish, Ontario.
Yeah, Ajax, Oshawa, all that east of Toronto type, well, what you might call Durham Region.
You could call it that. I believe the map calls it that. So
their
that's good
name
enough
calls
for
it
me.
too. Yeah, sure. So yeah, they'll be wearing white. Now, Orangeville does have some guest skaters. Tri-City Roller Girls out of Kitchener-Waterloo, Cambridge, Ontario have a couple fresh meat that were eligible for this, but not enough to form their own teams. So they sent Megantron, Bazooka Betty, and Copper Wire to be part of the Fox Force 5 team. Dirty Farmers, I believe, are straight up dirty.
Are there any Grey Bruce on the Fox Force team? I
I
thought
don't
that might be the
know. Maybe.
You've got a lot more detailed information than I do. Did you make this?
I know.
Are they holding out on me?
I'm winging her. Yeah, you got to be here for the early morning Pink Slaminade.
Hey, I
That's
was
when
here
all
at
the
10
information.
o'clock. I drove in from Barrie. Okay, here we have jamming. It looks like it might be. Who is? I know this person. Case Max, number 1409, jamming for the Fox Force 5.
And Tumper is jamming for Dirty Farmers, but she picked up a low block. First jam of the game is going to be a power jam for Fox Force 5. Great way to start for Case Max.
Only two Durham blockers on the track who don't even notice her coming. Case Max picks up a 5-point grand slam. You hate it when that happens.
That's right. The Dirty Farmers managed to take 30 seconds to fill the penalty box in the first jam of the game.
Not a good sign, but they can probably bring it together. Another 5-point grand slam going for Case Max. She calls that jam with the jammer standing in the box. 10 points on the board for Orangeville, 0 for Durham Region.
It's always nice to be able to freeze the jammer in the penalty box. It gets you a power start. It means you get a free shot at getting lead jammer. They're going to send Megantron. That's one of the skaters from Tri-City skating for Orangeville this weekend. Very impressive rookie skater for Tri-City. Now on Fox Force 5, taking the star for the power start. Tumper is standing in the penalty box, so she will be released momentarily. No pack is called.
Pivot line start forced by Durham, but the Tri-City / Orangeville jammer makes it through. She is your lead jammer.
Yeah, we'll just call her a Fox Force 5 skater for now, because that's exactly who she is for this weekend. Lead jammer coming around the scoring pass. Power jam is over. Tumper recycling behind Banana. Banana, just straight up Banana, G0. She's going to go, the Banana goes to the penalty box. Tumper getting out of the pack. 4 points for Megantron. Coming around another scoring pass. Dumps her
Megantron
speed.
deciding to stop as she approaches the pack and just kind of slowly ambles by. She looks very confused.
She did. She really did.
She just stopped playing roller derby for a second there.
She hit the back of the pack. The opposing jammer was still about 40 feet behind her, and then calmly sauntered her way through the pack as she was tapping her
I think
hips.
she saw a vision. There might be, this is an old arena, and there could be a poltergeist here.
There could be. The Ted Reeve Arena, known to be haunted by many a past hockey-playing ghost. 14-0 is the score for Fox Force 5. Third jam getting underway.
Durham powering their way through that jammer, number 7.
To Roller Mitch.
Roller Mitch, all right. I bought it.
Popstar jamming for Fox Force 5. Roller Mitch approaching the back of the pack. She's going to have to call off quickly, or
Oh my goodness, that came out of nowhere on the
No.
ground. Meanwhile, Orangeville skates through, picks up 4 points.
Yeah, that's Popstar getting through the pack. Lead Jammer still with the Dirty Farmers, but she's having no luck getting past the blockers from Fox Force 5.
Roller Mitch is your lead jammer, but she's not giving it up. Now she is, as she sneaks around on the outside of the apex. She's awarded 3 points, another 2 points for Orangeville.
So that ends up being a 6-3 jam in favor of Fox Force 5, even though Dirty had lead jammer. Little bit of difficulty if you're wondering who the Dirty Farmers are. They are wearing the yellow and green John Deerish looking uniforms, and the white with a bit of blue accent is Fox Force 5.
Case Max jamming again for the Fox Force 5, and she's just trying to barrel her way through that Durham wall, a very strong Durham wall. She's almost pushed out on the outside, but she manages to stay in bounds. The Durham jammer is your lead jammer.
Yeah, Jungle Jen able to force her way through that pack, get lead jammer just before Case Max could get through. Jungle Jen into the back of the pack a little bit too hard.
Back block. She tries to call it off, but that's not how it works. It's going to be a power jam for the Fox Force 5. Case Max, your only jammer on the track now.
And you know, Case Max had just jumped into the penalty box herself. I don't know if she thought she had a penalty or if she had a penalty and got bounced out by the jammer from Dirty, but regardless, it's a power jam.
Honestly, from where I'm sitting, I think she just got hit so hard she almost ended up in the chair.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're absolutely correct. I think she used the chair to brace herself so she didn't go down.
In this same arena, a few weeks ago at Clam Slam, I actually saw Belfast from the Bay Street Bruisers get hit so hard her jammer panty flew off her helmet. She wasn't even hit in the head. She was hit in the shoulder, and the jammer panty just said, "See ya." Jungle Jen now back on the track.
Wardrobe failure.
Yeah, wardrobe malfunction. Jungle Jen makes it through. She is now finally on a scoring pass, or already on a scoring pass, I guess. 4 points awarded by that jammer, and Case Max is down. Jam being called.
Case Max staying down. They call off the jam.
A Durham skater just fell right on top of her.
So I mean, it hurts enough to pancake yourself onto the ground, but then to have a skater fall on top of you to boot, it's a little bit of insult to injury. Just a little bit winded. The jam was called off. I don't believe she got the hands to the hips. I think it was called off because they were concerned about her. She does go over to the EMTs. Under the rules, that does mean she will have to sit for 3 jams. So they will not have the services of Case Max, Fox Force 5. They do have a 23-point lead over Dirty, but that may be an advantage for the skaters in yellow to try to close this gap with 14 minutes remaining in this 20-minute bout.
I don't even know if Case Max was actually lead and in a position to call it off, but either way, with another skater on top of you for that long, you know, it's just good practice for the refs to blow that whistle. I've seen a pelvis injury before from a similar fall, except the skater was on her back with another skater falling on her.
So again, elimination game. If you win, you move on. If you lose, you're done for the day. Both teams want to try to play one more time. The winner will go on to play against
SSRR from Barrie, Ontario.
They will indeed. For in the quarterfinal matchup with a chance to move to these semifinals. Everyone wants to be in that top 4. That's where all the excitement is.
Megan Tron now jamming for the Fox Force 5. Hard to see. Is it Tumper from Durham?
I'm looking for her number. She's hiding behind. Jamming away. Megan Tron with a quick lateral move to the inside. Gets picked off once again, and it is number 7. That is Roller Mitch.
Roller Mitch, rather. Going to the box for a use of forearms, it looks like.
Yes, indeed.
A power jam for Fox Force 5. Megan Tron pushed down in the back. Squeaks through. She's now your lead jammer and your only jammer.
On a power jam. Yeah, Dirty Farmers have had no luck at all in this first 7 minutes of the game. Multiple power jams letting Fox Force 5 gain points. Just keeping her foot in bounds is Megantron. Nice hit by number 5150 L'exhibitionist. No, sorry, that's number 81. Be Malicious L'exhibitionist plays for Fox Force 5. It'd be strange if she had knocked her out of bounds.
Stranger things have happened.
Yes.
Megan Tron working her way through the front of that pack, squeaking by on the outside. Calling off that jam 4 points added onto the board for Orangeville. Now it's 39-7 in favor of the Fox Force 5 with 13 minutes left in the game.
And, you know, it looks like a lopsided score. It is. It's 39-7, 32-point differential with 12 and a half minutes remaining. But when the Durham Region skaters are able to keep their blockers and their jammer on the track, they have looked very strong in this game. The only problem being that they haven't had a lot of opportunity to keep their blockers and jammers on the track. A lot of penalty troubles. If they could just calm down, reset, I think Durham would find a bit of success. And right now it's Tumper.
Slow and painful, taking a slow and painful trip through this pack for the Fox Force 5. She is your jammer. Durham has the lead, it looks like. Where is the Durham jammer? I can't even see them.
Yeah, Tumper got lead
Tumper
jammer.
in the back with lead.
And somehow I did not see it happen on turn 3 where we can't really see. She recycled herself. She had gotten out the front of the pack and then recycled herself all the way back. She's going to call it off. No points up on the board. So again, it might be a little inexperience coming into play on the part of the Dirty Jammers. But, I mean, they are able to get out. They have gotten lead multiple times this game. They just have not been able to cash in on that advantage.
Well, and it's definitely two strong teams playing each other now. Fox Force 5 is a very new team, but they've got some great training here. You know, their A-team, the Pulp Affliction, you know, is definitely really put the hours in, I'm sure, as has Durham. You always see a strong teams out of Durham. But it's kind of a matter, again, of who can kind of keep their head, especially when they're so new to the sport.
Jungle Jen picking up lead jammer for the Dirty Farmers. So once again, back-to-back lead jammers. It's a question of whether she can stay on the track. Knocked to the outside is Popstar. She has to reset for Fox Force 5. Jungle Jen coming around on a scoring pass. Looking to pull the Dirty Farmers back to within reach of the score as we tick down to the 10.5 minute mark remaining in this game. Jungle Jen having to reset. Looking to complete her scoring pass. Getting out the front is Popstar for Fox Force 5. Jungle Jen knocked out of bounds again. Bazooka Betty knocked down by 14 and 4 in attitude.
Jungle Jen just blocking her way to the pack there.
Yes.
Very hard to move there on the inside, much to Durham's advantage. Trying to close this lead now. Popstar just getting knocked every which way and bringing back way back. And don't enter the track. Don't enter the track.
Yeah, that was an attitude doing a great job of cycling Popstar back. Popstar is on a scoring pass. Jungle Jen and Dirty Farmers rolling the dice a bit, keeping the jam rolling. Popstar through for 4 points, but Jungle Jen is in the pack trying to complete scoring pass, and she does. 4 more points for Jungle Jen. So still a 5-point advantage in this jam for the Dirty Farmers. And that puts them the score at 16-43. So 27 points separating these teams. A little bit closer. Half the game is gone. 20-minute sprint matches all day long till we get to the 3-4 and the 1-2 games. They get to be half an hour. Fox Force 5 putting Megantron on the line once again. And we will tell you who's jamming for the Dirty Farmers once we can actually see her.
Turn 2 is a weird place to sit.
It is.
When you're commentating. Sometimes I just have to listen to the in-house announcer.
Tumper? It is. It's Tumper.
It's Tumper coming around. Megantron being edged out on the inside. Or not. She stays in bounds, it looks like.
That was Cthulhu doing a good job of keeping Megantron in there just long enough to get Tumper out. They got out virtually at the same time. Tumper engages the back of the back, and Megantron, trying to find an inside line, gets bumped to the inside of the track. Continuing on, gets her way out the front of the pack now. Tumper gets the hands and the hips. Megantron picked up 4 and Tumper only 3. So again, those late call-offs by the Dirty Jammers not helping their cause as they try to get closer in this game.
47 points for Orangeville, Ontario. 19 for Oshawa, Ajax, Ontario. And it's Case Max once again for Orangeville, taking to the jammer line.
Case Max back, which is good. She sat out her 3 jams due to that injury call-off. Looks like Jungle Jen again, is it? Nope, that's number 7. That's Roller Mitch.
She is at the front of the pack, but Case Max is making it through these blockers, and it looks like she's going to be lead. Narrowly avoids being hit out by Durham. She's been being chased down by Roller Mitch. She is in the driver's seat right now with less than 8 minutes left in play. her team's at the back. Is she going to risk it? No, she's not. Calls off the jam.
Yeah, Jungle Jen was out there as a blocker that time. She tried to put a big swing and a miss on the jammer from Fox Force 5. If she had made contact, there would have been people into the boards. But
Would have taken out her third base coaches as well.
That's right. But as we've seen time and time again in roller derby, those big hits usually don't work. Problem is when they do, they're so spectacular, people get addicted to them. But
the crowd loves it, and I mean, also at this level of play, the big hits tend to be extremely predictable. You see them coming from all the way to the other side of the track, just gearing up for it. And there's also what we call sort of the tell. A lot of skaters afraid to use their arms. They'll clasp their hands when they go in for a hit, and you can see that coming a mile away. A cut track addressed to the Orangeville Jammer. That means a power jam for Durham, and they have lead jammer now. Tumper is alone on the track.
So a huge opportunity as time is under 7 minutes remaining. Dirty Farmers down by 28 points, but they are on a power jam. Tumper coming around, all four blockers on the track for Orangeville's Fox Force 5. She goes from the inside to the outside, back to the inside on the apex, and is through and is pumping her outside leg to gain speed. 5 points for Tumper.
It's the perfect time in the game for this to happen, honestly. If they can close this gap and go into the last few minutes really close, like we saw Guelph do, it could work out really well. Also, I'm so happy that Durham brought an air horn to my right. I'm actually really enjoying it. She calls off the jam with the Orangeville Jammer back on the track. No points there for Orangeville, 5 for DRRD.
So Durham Region slowly crawling their way back, now down by 18 points, 10 points on that power jam. Under 6 minutes remain in the bout. Fox Force 5 gonna have to be careful. They've got Megantron on the line. Looks like Jungle Jen taking the star. Jungle Jen basically on the track every single jam, either jamming or blocking.
With a 20-minute game, you can sort of afford to really run your good players a lot. Jungle Jen, of course, lead jammer now, so it's working out in their favor. Megantron struggling against some very physical blockers, but she finally makes it out.
Both Jungle Jen and Megantron showing great strength in that pack, absorbing hits, able to push their way through. I'm really impressed by these rookie skaters out there, people to watch for in the future.
It's really incredible when you see so much potential so early on. Some people sneak up on you, but I mean, really, if I think about last year and some of the standout players at last year's Fresh and Furious, a lot of them are still huge threats on the track.
This is true, and it's one of the great things about Fresh and the Furious as a tournament. You just get to see a lot of new skaters, a lot of potentiality out there, and skaters that you'll be able to follow for the rest of their careers. And this is where you get to see them first.
16-point spread as K-Smax takes the jammer penny for Orangeville. Durham's jammer looks like it's Roller Mitch. It is Roller Mitch for Durham. She is not lead, though. Lead goes to the Orangeville Fox Force 5. K-Smax looking to her bench for support. Her teammates just letting her battle it out. Not a lot of offensive work being done as they wall up and get ready for Roller Mitch. K-Smax calls off the jam in mid-pass for 2 points. Or 3 points.
3 points.
It's the secret thumb.
It is. It's the magic thumb. So those 3 points will extend the lead back to 18 points. Fox Force 5 from Orangeville in the white, leading over the Dirty Farmers from Durham Region Roller Derby. In the yellow and green. 3.5 minutes remaining in this game.
And it's always interesting to see how the geography plays out. If Fox Force 5 wins, they're going to be going up against Barrie, not too far away from their league in Orangeville.
That should be an entertaining tilt, as they all have been today, but those regional rivalries are always fun to view.
Absolutely. I was announcing this morning in the bubble for Queen City versus Windsor, and I had to wonder, how are they playing against each other fairly regularly, because Windsor and Buffalo, not too far apart, certainly closer together than a lot of these other Ontario teams that traveled a long way.
Time out to Durham Region. Again, you do get 2 timeouts per game. in these quick 20-minute bouts. One official review. Durham Region wanting to maximize the amount of time they have on the clock to close this gap. 19 points separate the teams. 3 minutes and 28 seconds remain. Next game on this track will be...
I just kind of want to lean my microphone over here to the right to get that air horn again. Blow it again. Oh, sure, now she stops.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, next game on this track again will be whoever wins this game versus South Simcoe Rebel Rollers. That is game number 22, which has been reversed with game number 21. So if you're looking at the
And
schedule.
Orangeville
Whoa.
gets an early lead. Number 20, Bazooka Betty jamming for the first time. This bout is your lead
That's right.
jammer. Meanwhile, Tumper squeezing through. and
Jungle
she's out of
Jen
the
heading
pack.
to the penalty box. That might be her 4th trip to the box. You only get 4 in the game. So this may be the end of Jungle Jen. We'll see.
Very
Yep.
friendly side there on the inside. Only Orangeville on that inside line. Bazooka Betty just races through and calls it off. That jam was, maybe 10 seconds in length or something.
So yes, an official timeout. I just saw the inside whiteboard filler inner cross off number 23 for yellow. That was
Filler
Jungle
inner,
Jen.
of course,
Filler
the
inner.
WIFTA term.
It is. It's the actual official term. IWBFI. Inner. Yeah, just FI. Yeah. 'Cause there's no more letters in there. That's all we've got.
The reason we're boutcasting it is because we're the professionals, folks.
Yeah, super professionals.
I believe you just made up the word
With-
also a few jams ago. Potentiality.
I don't know. Well, we'll have to look that up on the
I'm gonna
internet.
have to start calling you Shakespeare. Just adding. To
I
the
am.
English
I am the
language.
Shakespeare of roller derby announcing. It's true. Anyone who has heard me call before knows that I am very serious in the very serious games and more lighthearted when it comes to the fun games of Beast of the East and Fresh and
Looks
Furious.
like Jungle Jen's being ejected.
Well, it's a foul out, not officially an
F-
ejection. That's
well.
just four trips to the box.
Semantics. She's not going to be playing the rest of this game. There's only 3 minutes left, and that's going to be a real detriment to the Dirty Farmers.
It is. She's been on pretty much every jam of this game. Not surprising she picked up 4 penalties, given that she's been on every jam. But Megantron taking the outside line, getting lead jammer for Fox Force 5. Orangeville starting to pull away from the Dirty Farmers.
A cut address to Roller Mitch for entering in front of someone. And that means it's a power jam for Orangeville, which is the last thing Durham needs.
Yeah, I think this is probably the final nail in the coffin. You never want to say that in roller derby, but a real opportunity here for Megantron and Fox Force 5 to stretch their lead and put it out of reach of the Dirty Farmers.
A diamond formation attempted by Durham, but Megantron just powers her way through.
Fox Force 5 only with 2 blockers on the track, but they don't need to play any defense, so they don't mind having only 2. All 4 on for the Dirty Farmers, and they're putting up a nice resistance right now. Good push to the outside by Code Blue. Holds Megantron up for a bit. 5 points go on the board. Power jam is over. Roller Mitch back on the track. She's joined by number 13, Lady Di, from Fox Force 5.
Orangeville still has lead, and now Durham's going to be on their scoring pass, so it's a matter of seconds. And calls off by Megantron. Nice little skip there on the inside. 75 points is going to be to 33.
Yeah, you can't really call that an apex jump, but it's more of an apex hop. I mean,
I'm not really sure if she went over the apex. That's the thing. From
yeah,
all
we
the way
can't
over
see anything
here,
from here.
could be just over someone's ankle.
Yep. Regardless.
I saw a beautiful jump, similar to an apex jump, out of bounds at last week's junior roller derby tournament on the straightaway.
Juniors.
She gave herself sort of her own Pegasus. Didn't use any teammates. Just kind of flew through the air. Case Max Jamie now for Orangeville. Tumper for Durham. Case Max being knocked out. She's coming back in behind. Tumper's only got 2 more to pass. It's only a matter of time before a no pack is called.
It is essential for Tumper to get lead for Dirty to try to get back into this game. They are down 75 to 33. Lead jammer is go to Tumper. Case Max still stuck in the back.
47 seconds left.
Yeah, it's a time management key now.
A panty
with star pass.
given. Number 20, Bazooka Betty, is now your jammer for Orangeville.
Smart move on the part of Orangeville to reduce the bleeding. Tumper calls it off with 32 seconds remaining in the game. That means we will get at least
And a ref
one
is
more
on the
jam.
ground. Can we have some medical attention
Oh,
over
no.
here? Not sure what happened here. Not often you see a ref injury. I didn't see what happened. It looks like maybe she sort of lost control there on the outside and just ran into the bench.
Yeah, we've got the EMTs over looking at her. Not sure which referee it was. We'll get you an update when we get a chance. Again, 22 seconds remaining in this game. Dirty Farmers did get that jam called off. The score is 75-37. So technically the Dirty Farmers are still in it. 38 points separate the teams. 38 points is a lot of points under the new rule set to pick up. It has happened in games prior to this. I would be very impressed if Dirty was able to score more points in the last jam of the game than they have the entire game, but you never know. It looks like it was Kakamami, one of the newer referees from Tri-City, who went down on the outside. Looks like she's going to be okay. She is being looked at by the EMT. She's sitting up, which is always a good sign.
Absolutely. And, you know, especially for newer skaters, tournaments, training camps, whatever, if you're skating all day and you're not used to it, you start to get sloppy, you start to get tired. It could be possible that some people aren't nourishing
and
themselves.
it's hot
enough.
here.
And
It's hot
it's
in
so
this
hot
place.
in here.
Regardless,
There we
looks
go.
like the
Big round
alt
of
ref
applause.
is suiting up. Each ref crew has an alternate ref that can come in case they are needed.
I've just noticed some SSRR skaters here watching very closely. The winner of this bout is going to be their next contender later on this evening.
Yeah, later on this evening being 10 minutes from now.
Potato, potato.
The games happen fast and furious at the Fresh and Furious
Time moves
tournament.
very slowly for me.
I always lose track of it. It's with these 20-minute games, and they have a tendency to roll into
But
the
do we
20-minute
not have
gap.
the divas after this game?
No, because of
Oh,
that
we
injury, we had to
switched it.
switch things because the team to play the divas are playing at 5:40 in the bubble. That's the chaos that happens when you schedule a tournament with 28 games in one day, even if they're only 20 minutes long.
I don't envy GTAR being the organizers of this tournament. You got to be made of some pretty tough stuff to keep all this stuff squared away.
Well, I will tell you that my partner in life, Miss Jules in Regulations, is a tournament head referee, and she has spent hundreds of hours organizing the officiating crews for this tournament. And I know that she won't be happy to find out that one of her co-league officials, Kakamami, was injured on that last jam, but it looks like we will get the next jam underway as Sammy, what's Sammy's last name? Anyway, Sammy from Rochester, Rock City, one of the visiting referees, has come in. She was the alt for this game. Apparently a very new referee, but doing a fantastic job at this tournament so far.
Not often you have to sub in a referee.
No, it's very rare.
Again, it's awesome that we have the medical staff on hand. Of course, they're very needed, and they've been working all day.
So after all of that, we end up getting an official review requested by, I believe, Fox Force 5 with 22 seconds remaining in this game. I'm not sure what the official review will be about.
I know in the game with the Renegades and, who was it? The Renegades and Forest City, an official review was called due to the fact, when a jam is called off so suddenly, sometimes the points aren't always addressed appropriately. So it could be something like that where they feel like maybe points haven't gone on the board yet since it did stop so quickly, and they want to make sure that all their points were awarded.
Yep, fair enough. Now Fox Force 5 again in a 38-point lead over the Dirty Farmers, 75-37. Odds are highly in their favor to win this game, regardless of whether they get lead in the next jam or not. But getting lead is the best way to end the game for Fox Force 5. On the other side, for the Dirty Farmers, they pretty much have to get lead if they want any chance at all to win this. And then if they get lead, they need to put up a whole lot of points and a whole lot of passes.
A motorcycle would help.
Yeah.
If they could use a motorcycle.
If we motorcycle and a ball and a bank track.
Or that scene from The Little Rascals where you have little spikes come out of the side of your wheels.
You just chew up the wheels.
I'm trying to think outside the box here.
Pretty sure spikes on the wheels are not covered under the rules, so they might be legal.
You never know until you try.
Until you try.
So Orangeville, that means they're going to be playing back-to-back bouts then right now as soon as this game ends against SSRR.
Okay.
Who've had quite a long break, actually.
And you know what? That there was a penalty issued to the jammer from Orangeville. And on top of that, I believe she has fouled out.
So the Orangeville jammer, is that Case Max who's
I
fouled
believe it
out?
is Case Max, yes.
Case Max has fouled out. The air horn is back in business, to my right. Anything could happen now.
So Brand-Aid from, no, not Brand-Aid, Sloan Painful from Fox Force 5 is now going to take the jammer cover, and she will be the jammer of record as she sits in the penalty box. Case Max will skate off into oblivion.
I don't recall Case Max getting that many penalties, maybe as a blocker perhaps.
She must have got some.
Or
Wait, that's not
perhaps
Case Max.
It's
that
not
is
Case Max.
It's Bazooka Betty?
Bazooka
yeah, it's
Betty.
Bazooka Betty. That's right.
Oh, definitely those
would
penalties
explain
addressed
things.
as a blocker. Then.
That's right.
We had a Lebouche. Was it a Lebouche jammer or blocker? I'm not sure. Foul out in the first or second jam of the game this morning, of their very first game, an egregious clockwise block, according to the ref.
Expulsion. Expulsions are
Expulsion.
nasty.
One very nasty hit, and he said, get out of here. You can come back for your next game, but not for this one.
So with 22 seconds left, this is likely to be the last jam of the game. Couldn't be any better for Dirty Farmers. They've got a 4-on-3, I guess it could be a 4-on-2 pack advantage would be better, but 4-on-3 pack advantage is pretty good. They get a power start. They get a full 30 seconds on the power jam, and they need 38 points.
What about a very large helium balloon? You could float right over the pack.
How quickly would it be able to move, though?
What about a grocery cart? You could just skate in
An
behind it.
That's like a roller derby drill that people do, the grocery cart drill,
Yes.
without actual grocery carts.
But I believe there's probably a Loblaws close by.
I believe there's a Sobeys as I passed on going down Danforth, so an opportunity there. But yes, we are now into the 8th minute of the official timeout, as things are slowly but surely getting figured out. Started with an injury to Cockamamie, the outside pack referee. Sammy Knockout, the alt referee, quickly putting her gear and uniform on, rushing out, so good on her to be prepared and fill in for her downed referee.
The crowd getting riled up again. Applause on both sides. This game looks like it's being called, actually. 75 points to Fox Force 5, 37 for the Dirty Farmers with 22 seconds left. The referees are saying, we're done. Let's move on. That is your game-ending whistle.
Oh, okay. Fair enough, then. I would have thought that would be nice to skate one more just in case you could score 38 points, but with time being a concern, I guess I can understand why we're just going straight to the victory lap. Fox Force 5 from Orangeville getting the win. The Dirty Farmers going down to defeat. And that will end Fresh and the Furious 2014 for the Durham Region Roller Derby team.
And that'll end Fresh and the Furious for me. Pink's Lemonade, this is my last
That's
bout.
right, you're leaving us.
I'm leaving
it's
you.
Terrible.
I've had enough of this air horn.
Well, with any luck, perhaps we'll see you in August in Hamilton.
For Maple
Perhaps at the
Stirrup, I
Maple
will
Stirrup.
be at Maple Stirrup.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to that. I've had a great time calling with you, Pink's Lemonade. And I'm Captain Lou Obama. I'm going to sign off as well. Victory through strange means once again for Fox Force 5. I got to go call a game at the bubble apparently. Oh, I better get out of here. Bye.